I think the isolated event that we saw earlier this week is not too much for the oil market to be overly concerned about at this stage. It's didn't really interrupt flows of crude coming out of the Red Sea or products moving out from Saudi Arabian ports for a very long time. And I think the market has absorbed it pretty well. I think going forward, though, that geopolitical concerns will be on the agenda for 2021 as far as the oil market is concerned, particularly with how a new administration deals with how Iran could potentially reintegrate back into the oil market. We've seen some statements out from Iranian officials over the last few weeks, and they're planning to increase production quite rapidly in anticipation that they see a more productive or more accommodative stance from the US in 2021. But I really think that might be a second-tier priority for the Biden administration beyond dealing with the issues of the effects of COVID-19 on the domestic economy in the United States.
So, Ed, we'd like to get your thoughts on this because you're well versed in not just the regional aspect of this conversation, but also in the data too. Before we get into the oil market report analysis, tell me, just as an extension of Hadley's question, what you think the biggest risk in energy geopolitics in 2021 is going to be?
Well, I think it's going to be, it might not be so much geopolitical issues, but how the United States under a new administration, what we've seen at least from President-elect Biden is his plan to re-engage with the Paris Climate Accord from day one of his administration. So will the U.S. put sort of more meat on the bone in terms of its commitments to climate goals and try and push other countries in that direction as well? So it might be not necessarily a military or an attack-based kind of risk for 2021, but more of a policy one that sort of sits outside of the oil markets that could eat away at it at the margins.